Today, Yorkville looks at one of New York's homegrown baseball stars, John Rodriguez. Born in New York City, John Joseph Rodriguez is a former Major League Baseball outfielder with the independent Wichita Wingnuts of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball. While attending Brandeis High School in New York, he was generally known for his hitting and fielding. He signed as an undrafted free agent with the New York Yankees in 1996. Rodriguez played in the Yankees minor league system for 8 seasons before signing with the Cleveland Indians in 2005. He was then traded to the St. Louis Cardinals later that year, where he forced a major league call-up to replace injured Reggie Sanders by hitting .342 with 16 home runs in 32 games in the AAA Memphis Redbirds team. He performed well enough, the St. Louis Cardinals signed him to a 1-year contract following that year. In July 2005, Rodriguez hit his first career home run off Ben Sheets of the Milwaukee Brewers. Rodriguez received more playing time with the 2006 Cardinals with 183 at-bats, 34 more than he did the previous year, and was on the postseason roster, winning a World Championship ring when the Cardinals won the 2006 World Series. Rodriguez was hitless in his only World Series at-bat. On November 30th, 2007, the Cardinals designated Rodriguez for assignment, removing him from the 40-man roster to make room for newly acquired shortstop Cesar Etzturas. Shortly thereafter, the team released him altogether. Rodriguez then signed a contract with the Tampa Bay Rays on January 4, 2008, but did not make the Major League team out of spring training. On June 2, 2008, Rodriguez was released by the team, then signed a minor league contract with the New York Mets and was assigned to the AAA New Orleans team. On January 6, 2009, Rodriguez signed a minor league contract with the New York Yankees. After playing the entire 2009 season with the Yankees Scranton team, he became a free agent. Rodriguez continues to play organized baseball and in 2012 won the Most Valuable Player award for the Wichita Wingnuts. Yorkville salutes one of its hometown heroes, John Rodriguez. For Yorkville Sports, this is Joe Patrick.
John has been playing professional baseball since 1997, okay? I'm sure some of you, maybe all of you, haven't even been born at that point, okay? But he's been here a while. I got the teams. He's played in the Yankees organization, the Indians, St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, New York Mets, and like Joe said, was on the 2006 World Champion St. Louis Cardinals, okay? John's an outfielder who has over 300 career at-bats with over a 300 average, all right? So I'd like to give you a warm welcome to our special guest for this evening, John Rodriguez.
How's everybody doing? Good spot, right?
Yeah.
It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys. Parents, thank you for bringing your kids. Thank you, Yorkville, for having me. First of all, I'm gonna start off by saying, I'm really happy to be here with you guys to, go over the fundamentals, talk about my background, where I came from, where I grew up at, and actually it was like right down the street from here. So let me just start off by saying getting to where I'm at right at this point in time was hard. A lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups. That's how baseball is. If you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're an all-star, which means you're hitting 300. So this game is all about failure. So to begin with that, I was born and raised here in New York City. I grew up on 92nd Street in Columbus, on the other side, on the west side. Went to Brandeis High School on 84th Street and played there for my 4 years and wasn't looked at all. I had an uncle who knew a cop, who knew the scout that had a tryout, that was holding a tryout in Yankee Stadium, and that's how I got my shot. I was lucky. Went to the tryout, had a good performance, ran I think it was a 6.7 and a 60, threw from right field. It was about 90 miles an hour from the outfield. Hit three baseballs in the upper deck in the old Yankee Stadium, for the parents that know it, because they know the new Yankee Stadium. And then from there was over 100 kids. I was number 101, so I didn't think nothing of it. I just went there to show my talents and see where, what would be the outcome. And obviously, being young, being 18 years old, after I had the tryout, I just left. So I went to play in a summer league in St. Mary's Park, which is in the Bronx. Played well, actually. I won the Rookie of the Year, won MVP, won the batting title, won the RBI title, and I was 1 home run away from winning the Triple Crown. The president of the league came, talked to me a little bit, what I wanted to do with my life, and I told him, I want to play professional baseball, but right now it looks like that's not going to happen. School really wasn't my thing. I really stress on you guys, school is very important. But for me, I don't know, it was just different. But I was going to go to college. But the opportunity came where the president of the league of St. Mary's brought in 5 scouts. The Yankees, Detroit, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and where's the other one? There was another one. I think it was the Mets. And it just happened that the Yankee scout that was holding the tryout in Yankee Stadium was the same scout that came and seen me play. I had, obviously I was playing against a college team, and it was me and this other guy that was only the two high school players that were in that league. I ended up going 3 for 4 that day against a lefty. I am lefty, so it's kind of hard. It's different. Like, I'll explain to you how the whole scenario about lefty-lefty, it's hard. But being a lefty hitter against a lefty pitcher is a lot harder than seeing a righty pitcher against a lefty hitter. I went 3 for 4 that day, 2 home runs, 1 to right center, 1 opposite field, and all 5 scouts came up to me and asked me if I wanted to sign. But being that I was from New York and a Yankee fan, my first choice was to play with the Yankees. And he told me, you know, I have $1,000. I don't have a lot of money. I have $1,000. You're a free agent. Signing is you're not in the draft, so we can't offer you, you know, first round money, second round money, things like that. So I was like, you know what? Give me my $1,000. Give me the plane ticket to get to spring training, and I'll show you my talents. And I'm sure I'll get to that point where I'll start making, you know, the money that, you know, so-called guys are making these days. And he was like, all right, let's take that chance. Got to spring training. I signed in November of '96. Spring training came around in March of '97. That was my first time. I still didn't know, you know, being that I signed only for $1,000, didn't know if I had a shot at even making the team. It was more like a tryout. Got there, played better than actually their first rounder, which they signed for, I think it was at that time, $850,000, and I made $1,000. But played well, had the most home runs, had the most RBIs, and I came in second in average in spring training with the rookie team. They gave me a contract, played rookie ball, and then from there, I stayed with the Yankee organization to 2004. I think, you know, the way the Yankees are now, they're different than what they were back in the day. They usually sign, you know, big-name guys. So guys like me didn't really have a chance to get up to the big leagues with them. So if I would have signed with, you know, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, you know, teams like that that were, you know, low-income teams, I probably would have been in the big leagues a lot faster than I was, you know, getting there in 2005. So I was with the Yankees from, like I said, from '97 to 2004. 2005, I signed with the Cleveland Indians. Played with them for half a year in AAA. Really wasn't getting the notability that I should, so they traded me to the St. Louis Cardinals, which was a blessing in disguise. I got to St. Louis, played with the Memphis Redbirds in AAA from June 17th to July 17th. I hit .342 with 17 home runs and 43 RBIs in just 32 games. So it's like hitting a home run every other game, which was what Mark McGwire and, you know, Sammy Sosa were doing in 1998, which was like unheard of. And the way I felt was I was just in a groove. I was in a zone. I saw baseballs that were the size of basketballs. And that's what propelled me to get that call up for the first time. And that was an experience all in one. I was playing right field that day. I went 1 for 2. My second at bat, I hit a home run. That was my 17th. I went out to the outfield after the 3 outs, went out to the outfield. My manager called timeout, called me in, and he tells me, "Are you wearing your chain?" And I was like, oh my God, because they had a rule that you can't wear any jewelry. So he calls me in, he's like, "Are you wearing your chain?" Which like a little prank. Because you wearing your chain? I'm like, no, I don't think so. He's like, good. You can wear it every day now. I was like, wow, what are you talking about? Are you releasing me? He goes, no, you're being called up to St. Louis. And I started crying. It was almost like, to me it was like bigger than winning the lotto. Because my dream has come true. I was able to play in the big leagues. So the first thing I did, you know, I went in, I called my mom, I called my dad. They were crying. Actually, my dad was on the highway, and he almost crashed. So, told him, you know, slow down, pull over, we'll talk a little bit more. They were bawling, you know, with my first paycheck, which was more money than I ever even seen in my life. I flew my parents out, and, you know, to see me play for the first time in the big leagues. That was a great honor for me. Just seeing how my family were there supporting me and knowing that they were proud of me, even if I didn't make it. From there, 2006 came around. I was given another contract, another year contract with the St. Louis Cardinals. That year I hit 300. The year before I hit 300, but 2006 I also hit 300. And we won the World Series. And this is the ring. This is the World Series ring right here. Parents, I'm about to pass this around to your kids. This is your responsibility if they lose it. $50,000 just in case. I appreciate it. Here you go. It's heavy, so just pass it around. Pass it around, all right?
How is that? I lost it. It's actually kind of heavy. You lost it? That's good job. Me! Yo, my hand is the highest.
Easy.
Oh, gosh. Move back. I'm not going to do it. Son. That was pretty awesome.
All right, everyone's going to be able to take a picture with it later, so just pass it around so we can keep it moving. Pass it around. Okay, guys.
All right, you'll get a turn.
Everyone's going to get a chance to take a look at it.
This way we'll know who got a turn or not. It doesn't fit you. Wow, look at that ring. Okay, if you got a turn, sit down so we know who didn't get a turn, okay?
All right.
Wow, that's a lot of ice there.
Guys, don't take out your bats yet, all right? Don't take them out.
All right, we have to move forward, guys, so let's have the ring. Let's have the ring.
All right, all right. 1 second, Joe. We only have a couple of kids. I'll take it from you and I'll give it to them next, okay? Yeah, go ahead. Take a look at it. You like it?
Anything he just said, any kind of major league experience, now's the time before we get into demonstration. We'll open it up to you guys and if you guys have any questions, okay? Good enough? Yes.
Total career, I think it's 205.
Mike, if you can repeat the question.
How many RBIs did he have in his career was the question?
Probably, I think it was over 600. I didn't go to college. I was able to sign right out of high school. Randy Johnson. You see how big he is and how hard he throws?
Repeat the question so I can get it in.
6'10", throws about 98. Lefty, lefty. Remember what I was talking about? Lefty, lefty, which is even more scarier. Yeah, Randy Johnson. I played a little of everything. My main sports were baseball and football. But my mom shut it down after I had one concussion at 14. So she was like, you know what, that's it. I don't want you playing full contact. And I wasn't really that good in basketball. I could shoot, but you know, I was too worried about my knees and my ankles. I used to play, you know, in the backyard and sprain my ankles all the time. So my mom shut that down too. She was like, you're too good in baseball. Everybody in the neighborhood thinks so. So just, you know, stick with baseball. And obviously, I guess I was. So, but
for the kids that have aspirations of becoming Major League Baseball players and taking their careers, you know, maybe to college or above, can you talk a little bit about the training and how hard you train and how much you train to get to that place?
It's definitely dedication. It's the workouts. They make you feel like at times, not to scare you, but at times the running, you feel like you have to throw up as much running as you do. You know, the lifting. Well, this is not right now for you guys. Mainly it's running and agilities for you guys. But as you get older, you have to get stronger. And you know, the weightlifting, you know, like practice, weightlifting, school should be like your 3 main priorities if you're serious about this game. You know, you have to listen to your parents no matter what. They know what they're talking about. Believe me. You might think that they're wrong a time or two, but believe me, they're not. You know, I always thought my parents were wrong, and then I became a parent. And I look at my kids and they're doing the same things I used to do, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, so, like I said, the dedication, the drive, you have to have it inside. You know, mentally, your body's going to tell you, I can't do it anymore, and that's why you have coaches, that's why you have your parents to push you in the right direction. And the more you get pushed, the more you're going to do beyond the things that you think you're capable of doing. You know, it's like you run a mile, but if you have somebody pushing you and keeping you positive, you're going to run 2 miles. You always get that second burst of energy, for some reason or not. I don't know where it comes from, but it's all up here, and it's all here. But you just have to keep on and keep on and keep on, and never give up. Please never give up. You know, because I was a kid that grew up in the projects, and I never took no for an answer. You know, I always knew how good I was, but I always had to prove myself. So just keep proving yourself and keep proving other people wrong, and believe me, you'll make it far.
Next question.
No. I fouled the ball off. That's about it. It went the other way. It wasn't in fair territory. But the Detroit Tigers, the team that just lost this year again against the Giants.
What number were you for the Mets?
For the Mets, I was 26.
That's my number. Usually enough on the Mets.
There you go. I'm sorry that we beat them in 2006 to go to the World Series, though. That was, yeah, that was. And after that catch, he came up with bases loaded, and I thought he was going to win the game, and he popped up. So.
What number were you when you played the Yankees?
With the Yankees, I was number 41. Wooden bat, that's a good question. Started using a wooden bat when I was 14 years old. playing in a wooden bat league. Well, I think at my time, even, you know, the parents, a lot of it was just aluminum. You know, wood bats came into play because of, you know, pitchers getting hit, you know, with line drives, and they were scared for their kids. So they started bringing in wood bats. So around my time, when I was about 14, 15, is when they started introducing wood bats to little leagues and, you know, junior pony leagues, because they were just, like I said, they were nervous about their kids getting struck by a baseball with the force that was coming off of the aluminum bats. But
What was your most memorable moment?
the most memorable moment, I've had a couple. One was being called up for the first time. The other was seeing my parents' face after I hit my first home run and giving a curtain call. You know, that was, wow. I can't, it's hard to express the feelings that you get until you're there. And then my third was obviously winning the World Series and celebrating with my teammates.
What year did you retire and who did you retire with?
My last year with a professional team, with an affiliated team, was in 2009 with the Yankees. I was supposed to get called up that year when Brett Gardner, I don't know if he pulled straight a ligament in his thumb or broke his thumb. That night they called me into the office, and this was before the game. They told me, you know, Brett Gardner got hurt. It's between you and Chris Duncan, which had an MVP year that year. So they said the odds were that since Brett Gardner was a lefty, they needed a lefty off the bench, I was going to get the call. That night we played, which they should have just told me, you know, just sit out just in case. I did it. It was cold. Hit a double in the gap. Rounding first, I pulled my hamstring. I was out for the rest of the season, so I didn't get the call up. And I would have won my second World Series ring. But that's the way baseball is. Things happen. Sometimes you can't control it.
I have two questions. Who was your inspiration?
My inspiration? Good question. My uncle, his name is Bobby Allende. He is my father's brother. He always took time out to, you know, teach me how to play. You know, always took me to the backyard, played catch with me, helped me hit. You know, to this day he still thinks he's better than me. You know, but he's actually a famous percussionist. Percussion means he's a drum player. He plays. He played with Mark Anthony, which your parents know. Played with Ruben Blades. Played with a lot of Latin singers. Right now he has his own band, so it's called Ocho y Más, which is 8 or more, which is in his band there's 8 guys. So, and what was your second question?
Where did you hit in the lineup?
Oh, different places. Mainly was 2 through 6, but when I got to the big leagues, I was hitting right in front of Albert Pujols.
Right.
So David Eckstein was first, I was second, Albert Pujols was third, and Jim Edmonds was fourth. So I got to see a lot of fastballs because they didn't want to walk me to see Albert Pujols with a guy on base. Got it?
We're going to take 2 more questions. Just 2 more questions.
Ooh, younger than you guys. I was about 2 years old when I started swinging my bat, and I was about probably 4 when I first started playing in the league. And ever since then, I've just been playing. I haven't stopped yet. So this is my last year playing.
Were you a fast runner?
Yeah. Not the fastest, but I was fast. Right. 2 more. What is that?
Hits did you have total?
Oh, how many hits total? Oof. Probably over 2,000. Yep, sure did. I played with him in 2009, 2002, from 2002 to 2004, and 2009.
All right, one more question.
Did you make the Hall of Fame?
Am I going to make the Hall of Fame? No. Real quick. To answer that question also, if I was going to make it to the Hall of Fame, this would cost money. This wouldn't be for free. But as a major league guy, and this being my last year, I'm here till May. I just want to tell the parents, like I said, I'm here till May. I'm working here with Yorkville. They gave me the opportunity to work with them, and I am privileged to teach your kids if they want to, pursue this and, just get their fundamentals right. Obviously, Mike, Lance, these guys are doing a great job here. That's why I joined their team, and we feed off of each other. There's some things that, they teach with you guys that I'm learning, and there's, some fundamentals and some teaching things that, from the tee, from toss to, just hand movement, hand positioning, that I would like to teach your kids, and I also, give them, so I'm here for you guys.
And we're glad to have you here.
Everyone's very anxious to get swings in, but what we're going to do first is John's going to show you some tips, some drills, a couple of that kind of things first, so we can kind of do them as we go. All right? So sit tight, pay attention. This is where you're going to learn about baseball, right? Right now is where you're going to learn about baseball. All right, John's going to give us some tips and stuff like that. What we're going to do is we're going to see if you guys can carry them over into some drills. All right, but sit tight, pay attention, try to learn something.
Same thing here, and close. Okay, so mainly these knuckles right here should almost be aligned. Okay? Batting stance. To me, you can stand, you're about to see the way I hit. I don't suggest that anybody hits the way I hit, but if you feel comfortable doing it, be my guest. Batting stance is all about balance. I don't care, if you start like this, facing the pitcher, hands down here, hands up here, or whatever. As long as you get in a hitting position. Hitting position means, all right, so if I start here and I load, this is a hitting position. Okay? You guys can, like I start, this is the way I hit. I hit open. So like if you guys are the pitcher, I hit this way. Okay? And my first movement is here. Getting into a hitting position. So when I get back, I'm able to hold and stay back on my back leg, which means all my weight has to be on my back side of my leg. Okay? So it's here, back, and right when I step, I want to step as soft as possible on my front leg. You don't want to land hard, because once you land hard, now all your weight will shift to your front side, and your eyes will jump. So it's, I'm here, load back, step, soft, and now from this position right here, you want your hands, your hands and your hips to go at the same time. You don't want your hips to fly open first and then your hands to drag through the zone. You want your hips and your hands to go at the same time. So I'm going to start again. Here, I'm back, step, hands and hip go together. Everything goes together. And now when you get to this position, you want as much as possible for your chest and your body alignment to be in a 45-degree angle. It's okay if you're more upright, but you never want to be forward. If you're forward, all your power is going to go. So if you're back in a 45-degree angle, which is, let's turn this around. I'll show it this way. I'm in a 45-degree angle here. You can be here, but you never want to be here swinging. Okay? So stay back here, which means I want your chest behind the baseball. When I tell you that, if I have, hopefully I get to, have all you kids. It would be awesome, but keeping your chest behind the baseball, which gives you full opportunity to get to this ball with your barrel. If I'm in front of it, my bat is dragging, I'm doing that. I'm rolling over. Okay? Now getting to this point again. Chest behind the baseball. All my weight is on my backside. Hands and back leg, back hip, go together. Goes together. So this is the direction to the baseball. Now, when I get here, I want my top hand palm up. Bottom hand, palm down. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to actually hit 3 baseballs. And that's staying through the baseball. When I say 3 baseballs. So I'm going 1, 2, and 3. Trying to hit all 3 of these baseballs before I turn my hands. Because now, if I hit this baseball and my hands are already turning, I'm either going to hook balls, I'm going to topspin some balls, or I'm going to just hit ground balls. And the only thing I'm going to be able to do is hit balls to right field. And for right-handers, if you do the same, the only thing you're going to do is be able to pull balls. You're not going to be able to hit balls to center or left. So for me, center or left. For the righties, center or right. Okay? So at this point, boom. 1, 2, 3. See where my hands are? They're still staying through the baseball. And now I want to finish. You can finish with 2 hands on the back or just 1. Okay? Now I'm going to demonstrate how to hit the outside pitch, how to hit the pitch down the middle, and how to hit the inside pitch. Okay? You guys are ready?
Yeah.
You guys are ready?
Yeah! Oh, you want it to be... We should lose.
All right, now when I'm doing the tee for my tee work from the outside, the tee will tell you everything. The tee will tell you if you're rolling over, if you're jammed, if you're too much around the baseball, if you're staying inside the baseball, when you're doing things right. So the more line drives you hit off a tee, that means your swing is right. Okay? Outside, working on the outside part, I want the baseball to be more on my front leg. I never want to hit an outside pitch all the way back here because I'm not going to be able to get to it. I want to hit the outside pitch. If this is the plate, I want to hit the outside pitch here. Okay? Here we go. Hopefully balance. Right here. Here, I'm back, I step, staying through. Staying through the baseball. Okay, I'm not going forward. See? I'm not going forward. I want to stay back, I want to stay behind the baseball. And see it as long as possible. Okay, we're going to go again. Stay behind it, stay strong through the strike zone. Okay? One more time. Staying back. Okay, now we're going to go in the middle. This one I want to try to hit in the center of the cage, which is center field, from gap to gap. From left center field to right center field. Okay? And this one also, I want to keep this baseball about maybe a foot in front to work with it. Stand behind it. Keeping my hands through the baseball. That one I rolled over a little bit. One more time. Staying through it. Okay, now we're going to go on the inside pitch. Now the inside pitch, I want to get it more out in front. This is, you get 2 baseballs. This is where you want to hit baseballs, okay? Inside pitch. Middle. And away. Should be in this line right here. So if I'm hitting a baseball, I want to go away, middle, in. I never want to hit an outside pitch out here. I never want to hit an inside pitch back here. Okay? So for you righties, it's this angle. Okay? Lefties, I'm over here. Okay? Now we'll go inside. And now with this, I want to try to stay through the strike zone as long as possible so I won't hook baseball foul. So I want to try to hit this ball to right center field.
It's going, gone!
That's a quick demonstration of the things that I would teach you guys, and obviously there's a lot more, but I don't like to tell all my secrets all at once, you know? But it was definitely a pleasure speaking with you guys. We have, yes, go ahead.
We have a lot of problems with parents feeling, the little kids' parents feeling that they should be hitting the ball off the pitch and not using the tee. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I can tell you right now, the tee,
You can all go out and tell my kindergarten and
The tee-
kids
the
about
tee-
the tee and
yeah.
how important it is.
the tee should be your best friend. The tee, like I said, tells you everything about your swing. Do not get away from the tee. I don't care if, you know, your older brother or your little sister or your little brother is telling you, oh, you still hitting T-ball? No, it's not that. You have to practice off the tee before you do anything else. You have to figure out where you're standing, your balance, where your hand positioning is. You have to do so many things off the tee before you can get into, you know, the soft toss or hitting live BP. Believe me, Albert Pujols does it. You know, Josh Hamilton does it. Derek Jeter does it. Derek Jeter loves it. David Wright loves it. I love it. Believe me. I call this my suitcase. This is my luggage. I take it everywhere. I swear to you, this is what it does right here. I'm here, hold it, and I'm off. Oh yeah, that comes with me too, but it follows me. But like I said, to me, this is the best investment I've made in baseball. This right here, like I said, tells you everything about your swing, and it's going to help you progress as a better hitter. You know, this tee right here, I feel like it's the best for me. You know, it has all different type of holes, so that way I don't have to place the tee, you know, grab it here and put it here, and just imagine where a pitch would be. With this tee, it has, you know, it's just everywhere. It's a shut tee. It's Oscar Miller. makes it. It's about between, it all depends on what website you go on, but it's between 140 to like 180. It gives you, and it also brings 2 teas.
We'll be buying 3 of those.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the best investment I've ever made. And like I said before, I can't stress enough how important, you know, tea work is. You have to do this. Like every time I do a lesson, I start off with the tea, just to see the progression of the swing and see where his hand path is or she, and figure out if they're, you know, learning or progressing in the amount of time that we've been training. So, you know,
but everyone's going to get to work with John on the tee at least once, 5 swings. Okay, so we're gonna rotate you in and out. Okay, but we're gonna make sure you get some swings while you're waiting for John. Okay, so if you're not with him to start, don't worry, you'll get your minute with him. Okay, so this is what I want.
We're dropping the cages.
Yes, please.